This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold a house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent? I love real estate.
Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go sell some homes.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, welcome to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Equity Protect studios. And title fraud and theft are on the rise, especially if you own your home free and clear or if you have thousands of dollars in equity. And there's only one company that truly stops scammers dead in their tracks from stealing your hard-earned equity and your house, and that's Equity Protect. And you can get a free risk assessment today by just going to their website. It's equityprotect.com. That's equityprotect.com. I'm Robert Lewis, your real estate professor, and if you've got a question or a comment for us, or you're ready just to hire the Radio Realtors team to help you sell your home or buy a home, you can reach us so easily at our hotline number. It's 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you know what? You can live chat with us any time of the day or night, 24/7 at our website. Somebody from our team is always available, and you can find that live chat option at our website, radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. And we've got a great show for you today with these topics. Number one is 7 freedoms home ownership affords, and that's, of course, in honor of the 4th of July, which we just celebrated. And then number 2, just in time for the smoking hot summer. I mean, can you believe how hot it's been? It's just crazy. I feel like we live in Arizona or something. But we're going to do an interview with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat and one of their service reps. And then we're going to talk about this topic. And this is a hot topic as well. Home buyers versus sellers. Who has the upper hand in real estate right now? So once again, you can get a hold of the Radio Realtors on our hotline number, and you can do that any time of the day or night at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. In fact, we just got a call earlier this week from one of our listeners. Her name is Becky in the Arden Arcade area, and she just had a question. She said, hey, do you guys know of a good roofer? And we gave her some great information because she needs some roofing repairs. So thanks for listening to the show, Becky, and thanks for calling in as well. And once again, you can always use that live chat option with us 24/7 at our website, and that is radiorealtors.com. radiorealtors.com. Well, like I said, in honor of us celebrating the 4th of July, which we just had, we're going to talk about the freedoms of home ownership. And did you know that 1 American in 3 says the Bill of Rights guarantees the right to own your own home? Well, this protection is not in the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. However, not only does home ownership build a sense of pride and accomplishment, but it also sets a path for you to achieve long-term financial stability. And the independence of owning a home allows you to reap so many benefits. So on today's show, I'm going to share with you the 7 freedoms that you'll enjoy when owning a home. Are you ready? Well, this is good information, so get a pen and paper, write some things down, or you know what? You can always tune into our podcast later. So the first freedom is financial freedom, and it's a well-known fact among financial advisors that home ownership is one of the most powerful financial decisions anyone can take in their lifetime. And home ownership points to wealth creation over time via equity increases. And statistically speaking, this tends to separate the poor from the rich. And that is this fact. If you purchase a home, you're going to separate yourself and you're going to become wealthy with home ownership in most cases. Because when you own a home, you're going to realize tax benefits, grow equity over time, and that means that you have investment power and you're making those payments, and those payments are increasing your equity over time. And it's almost like a forced savings account. And then you maintain a fixed payment that, unlike rent, is not a looming threat of increasing every year. In addition, you don't have a deposit tied up for years while you lease a place. And here's the deal, and you know it if you purchased a home. In 2 to 3 years, you've built equity. I've got a story right now of my kids. So my son and his wife, and that's Keegan and Casey, they bought a home 2 years ago in Rockland. Great home. Well, they right now, I did a valuation on their home, and they bought just a little less than 2 years ago, and they already have $50,000 in equity on that home. And you know what? I don't know too many investment vehicles that you can increase that quickly, that you can get that big of a return. So real estate is a good long-term investment. And does it happen like that every single time where you buy a home and then you just in a couple of years you have $50,000 in equity? No, it does not. But long-term, real estate is a great investment. Now, the second freedom is the freedom to cook and host your friends. I know that sounds weird, but what I'm trying to say is that you can host your friends and family at your home, and then you can have room to barbecue. I'm not talking about cannibalism here. But a fun fact here is a recent survey from the Hearth, Patio, and Barbecue Association Biennial Consumer Research Report shows that 80% of all homeowners in the United States own a grill or smoker or barbecue, and that's the highest percentage in the study's history. And I myself am a big Traeger fan, even though my wife has kind of commandeered it. I gave my, man card to my wife because she just loves to cook on the Traeger. And you know what? I just enjoy sitting out there, having a glass of wine, and just watch her cook because she does it so well and she enjoys it. So I'm not trying to be chauvinistic saying that my wife needs to cook. I'm just saying that she really enjoys cooking on the Traeger. And if she wants to go for it, I'm totally happy with it, okay? And we use that baby all the time. The Traeger, especially during the summer, we are using it all the time. And what we're basically saying here on this freedom is that having your own home commonly translates into more space for less money over time as compared to renting. In addition, having more square footage means you can host more dinner parties, baby showers, graduations, sports banquets, wine tasting sessions, holiday barbecuing parties, or for some of you brainy folks, book clubs, because I actually have some friends that are part of book clubs and they host the book club over there. And I think it's just a great idea to get people together and do wine tasting. But yeah, book clubs or whatever you're into. And I mean, after all, a house is not a home until you start having your friends and family there with you, right? So that is freedom number 2. Now, I'm being told by Matt that we should probably go to break, so I'm going to go to break really quick. But if you'd like to get a hold of the Radio Realtors and you're interested in buying a home, or you're interested in selling a home, or maybe you just want to get RWA certified, which is our version of a pre-approval, which basically means you're guaranteed to buy a home, well, you need to give me a call. I'll pair you up with one of our preferred mortgage lenders. And literally within 10 days, you could be in your new home. It's happening all the time with us. So give us a call, 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with us anytime, even on the weekends, at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. And don't go away. We'll be right back after this. You know, there are some people that believe that all mortgage lenders are the same. But do you believe that diamonds and cubic zirconia are the same? Well, at first glance, they look very similar. But to the trained eye, they are totally different because one's a fake. What's even worse is when you're in the middle of buying a home and you discover that your mortgage lender is a cubic zirconia. This discovery could make you lose your dream home and your hard-earned money. And if you want the real thing and not a fake when it comes to buying your next home, you need the diamond of lenders, Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage. Jeff and his team, they're devoted to helping you get the right loan with the best interest rates and the lowest fees. And Jeff can close fast, in many cases, in as little as 10 to 21 days. For a quick response, you can call or text Jeff at 916-765-2900. That's 916-765-2900. Or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997. Equal housing lender. leader.
Brandon Tatum here, host of the Officer Tatum Show. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? Well, I've been part of some really special teams. I play football, I worked in law enforcement, and even my team here on the radio. And if you're wanting to buy a home anywhere in Northern California, call the dream team, Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty. Check this out. Royce and Angela were first-time homebuyers wanting to buy a home in Lincoln. Rob and Frank met with them, discussed their wants and needs for a home, got them pre-approved with one of their preferred mortgage lenders, and had them out looking for homes the very same day. Rob and Frank found them the perfect home and negotiated a great price. And in just 21 days, Royce and Angela had the keys to their dream home. As a home buyer, they can help you win too, even in this shifty market. Call the dream team, Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. DRE number 01406275.
Robert Lewis here from the Radio Realtors, and have you ever heard of the summertime blues? Well, there's even a song about it, and they say there ain't no cure. Well, I know a way to beat those summertime blues, and that's by calling my friends at Zero Res to get your carpets cleaned. Why? Summertime brings frequent foot traffic into your house, and with it, a host of dirt. Whether people are barefoot or in flip-flops, enjoying a deck, patio, or kicking back poolside, or maybe mowing the lawn or gardening, it means dirt will inevitably be tracked onto the floors and carpets in your house. And dirty carpets lead to poor air quality in your home, which will give you the summertime blues. So what should you do? Just call my friends at Zero Res and ask for the KTKZ special. 3 rooms clean starting at just $139. Call Zero Res right now at 916-245-2992. That's 916-245-2992. Or book online at ZeroResSacramento.com. Tell them you want the KTKZ special. Spell it forward or backwards, it spells the same, Zero Res. Hey, it's time for the Radio Realtors HVAC Minute with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat, and we've got service specialist Lance Sarnicki in the studio with us. Hey, Lance, here's a question. Does Lee's provide free estimates?
Absolutely, Rob. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating provides free estimates for your HVAC replacement or your AC replacement projects. Our skilled team is dedicated to ensuring transparency and convenience to all our customers, and we understand the importance of making informed decisions, especially when it comes to your home's comfort and efficiency. By offering free estimates, we help you assess your options without any financial obligation up front.
Yeah, you can trust Lee's Plumbing and Heat for expert advice, reliable solutions, and exceptional customer service. You can schedule your free estimate by calling 916-623-1552 or go online to leesair.com. That's leesair.com.
Lee's AC Plumbing and Heat, yeah. Lee's AC.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent? I love real estate.
Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Equity Protect studios. Equity theft and home stealing are on the rise, and you can get your free risk assessment at equityprotect.com. Officials all across the United States are urging property owners to protect themselves from scammers. And why? Well, scammers are selling people's land and even their homes behind their backs. In fact, 54% of us real estate professionals have experienced it firsthand with our clients. And the housing market in the United States is hot, and this is attractive to cyber criminals, and you need to be protected. So contact Equity Protect today, the only company that prevents deed and title theft from happening to you in the first place. Get your free risk assessment now at equityprotect.com. That's equityprotect.com. I'm Robert Lewis, your real estate professor. Now, we're talking to you today about the 7 freedoms of home ownership. And the first freedom is financial freedom. And, you know, it's a well-known fact, and financial advisors talk about this all the time, but it's one of the most powerful financial decisions that anyone can make in their lifetime. And it's a powerful financial vehicle because it provides you the opportunity to create wealth over time via those equity increases. And this is really, really true, is that wealth creation by buying a home, it separates the rich from the poor. And that is just the way it is. Plus, you get tax benefits, you grow equity over time, and you maintain a fixed payment that, unlike rent, is not going to possibly go up every single year. Now, freedom number 2 is you can cook and host your friends. And we're not talking about cannibalism, but what we're talking about is that you can have your friends over, family over. You have space there to barbecue and entertain. And if you're like me, I have a really nice backyard, and it is great because we spend a lot of time back there during the summer months and spring months, but even in the winter, because we can be out there with the space heaters and all that good stuff. And it is just a pleasure to be able to enjoy a staycation in your own backyard. Now, freedom number 3 is the freedom to adopt or have a pet. And those four-legged friends are one of the first things that landlords ban from their rentals, especially, some types of dogs and things like that. And dogs are the most popular pets in America. 44% of households have those canines. I'm surprised it's only 44%, while cats are the second most popular, with 34% of the American households owning felines. And then, of course, there's fish and reptiles and rabbits and all kinds of other things, and guinea pigs and gerbils. Those are most often favored by homeowners that have children. We had 2 pet gerbils when my daughter Canessa was little. Beckham and Adu, both named after soccer players, and now they both reside 6 inches under in our backyard because they didn't last too long, but they were fun to have while we had them. Now, the 4th freedom is the freedom to express yourself. And, I'm not a big Madonna fan myself, but she does have a great song called Express Yourself. And when you live with your parents or you rent and you have the sense of wanting to change the color of your walls, what do? You do nothing. That's what you do. You find something else to do. However, when you own your own home, you earn the ability to create a space to call your own that works for your taste and your vision and what you want. So you have the right to paint your walls, hang your art, customize handles and fixtures, textures, fabrics, your outdoor spaces. I mean, really, the sky is the limit. And the bottom line is you can customize your own space without approval from landlords. And the other thing is that if you're renting somewhere, you don't want to make a bunch of improvements to the house because, you don't own it. So you're just making improvements to your landlord's house, and that's not a good thing, right? Now, the 5th freedom is the freedom to create your own garden paradise. When you own your own home, you can build a greenhouse, you can get an herb garden going, you can grow and mow your own grass, you can hang those fancy planters, and you can plant those beautiful trees. And we just bought a lime tree at Costco. It was a great price, but I cannot wait to have those limes. We have a couple of lemon trees, which are great, but I've always wanted a lime tree, and so I'm excited about that. Now, it's only about 3 feet high right now, but I'm thinking that in a little bit, we're going to start getting some really nice fresh limes. And when you own a home, you will most likely own the ground or have access to community gardens. So take this opportunity to build that outdoor space that you want with greenery and your gardening expertise. And even if you don't have any gardening expertise, you can get some. You can always go to Green Acres and ask them questions or someplace like that. I love Green Acres. That is one of my favorite nurseries because there's a bunch of people there that can answer your questions about plants and those types of things. Now, the 6th freedom is freedom to renovate. And this is one of my personal favorites because when you have that opportunity to create a space that works ideally for your family, it is invaluable. And as a homeowner, you get to customize your home in any way that suits your family. And the most popular renovation projects include updating the kitchen, renewing bathrooms, adding a room or space. And what we're seeing a lot of right now is creating outdoor spaces. A series of consumer surveys by the Farnsworth Group and the Home Improvement Research Institute, it's HIRI, indicate that early in the pandemic, because a lot of us were stuck at home, fully 60% of homeowners reported that they started a DIY home maintenance, replacement, repair, or remodeling project. And the share grew to almost 80% by early June 2020. Well, that trend does not seem to be going away. It's still growing as people are putting in pools right now, hot tubs, landscaping, adding pergolas and covered patios and sheds. And one of my clients is adding right now a pottery shed / studio, a she shed, I guess you would call it, in their backyard so that the wife can do her pottery. She's amazing with pottery. Now, the seventh and final freedom when you own your own home is the freedom to set roots and have a family. And when you own a home, you have this sense of belonging and stability that renting simply cannot afford. And you have more space to have children, either biological or adopted. You get to build relationships with neighbors and a network of friends. I mean, it is so amazing. I just was thinking about this where I live, in the area I live, and how blessed I am with some of the neighbors. They become really, really close to our family. I mean, we have one of our neighbors that are right next door. I mean, they come over all the time. It's like having an extra set of grandparents. They are that amazing. And Don and Joanne, you know who you are. But we have so many great neighbors in our area, and it's the relationships that you build. And then you can also participate in the local events and schools and associations in a way that reminds you that you are part of something bigger than yourself. It's a true community. So I got a question for you. Are you ready to express yourself? Not like Madonna, okay? But are you ready to express yourself and grab all the freedoms that home ownership affords? Well, if you are, then why don't you give us a call? The Radio Realtors, give us a call right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can always live chat with us, and a member of our team is always available 24/7 at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. And with the Radio Realtors RWA certification mortgage pre-approval, you could be in a home in as little as 10 days. We are very, very good at helping you find homes and helping you to negotiate a great price. And then our lenders are top-notch, and they can move quickly. And I will tell you that speed is a great thing in this market. So once again, give us a call at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with us 24/7 at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. And we'll be back right after this.
AC Heat and Plumbing, you just call Lee's. It's easy as calling Lee's. Lee's AC, Lee's AC, Plumbing and Heat, yeah.
Robert Lewis here from the Radio Realtors, and just recently my AC died, and this time there was no fixing it. The good news is I called my friends at Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat, and Lee's went over all the options with our family, and we chose a Bosch 18-SEER system. In just one day, that system was installed, and our house is now cool, comfortable, and ready for summer. And I get it, nobody likes to replace their system, but sometimes you have to. Right now with Lee's, you can qualify for up to $8,500 in rebates, but hurry because these rebates are in limited supply. So if you need a new HVAC system, repairs, or just a tune-up, go to leesair.com. That's leesair.com.
AC Heat and Plumbing, you just call Lee's. It's easy as calling Lee's. Lee's AC, Lee's AC, Plumbing and Heat, yeah. Lee's AC.
Okay, honey, I'm done with your summertime cleaning list. Wash the windows.
Check.
Power wash the patio.
Check.
Cleaned the outdoor furniture.
Check.
Now for some me time.
What about cleaning the trash bin?
Nope, I didn't do that one.
Well, it's got to be done.
But they look and they smell really bad.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I heard on the radio about a local family-owned company called Ben Levin Clean Bins.
Wow, here they are. Ben Levin Clean Bins. It says they use a combination of hot water and high pressure to clean the bins. And they sanitize, deodorize, and disinfect them.
That sounds amazing.
And check this out. Ben Levin Clean Bins also has great reviews, and their service is really affordable. So, babe, can I hire them so I can finish off your summertime cleaning list?
Of course, honey.
Awesome.
Summer sale alert. Enjoy 50% off your first cleaning with promo code SUMMER 2024. Hurry, limited time only. Discount available on all recurring plans. Book your cleaning now at BenLovinCleanBins.com.
Brandon Tatum here, host of the Officer Tatum Show. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? Well, I've been part of some really special teams. I play football, I worked in law enforcement, and even my team here on the radio. And if you're wanting to buy a home anywhere in Northern California, call the dream team, Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty. Check this out. Royce and Angela were first-time homebuyers wanting to buy a home in Lincoln. Rob and Frank met with them, discussed their wants and needs for a home, got them pre-approved with one of their preferred mortgage lenders, and had them out looking for homes the very same day. Rob and Frank found them the perfect home and negotiated a great price. And in just 21 days, Royce and Angela had the keys to their dream home. As a home buyer, they can help you win too, even in this shifty market. Call the dream team, Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. DRE number 01406275.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold a house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Equity Protect studios. And we're seeing it all the time on the news. A lot of people are losing their homes to fraudsters out there that are stealing their identity and then stealing the title of their home and then selling it right out from under them. And it happens especially when you own your home free and clear or you have tons of equity. There's only one company on the planet that stops it from happening to you, and that is our friends over at Equity Protect. They are a patented, approved process that will literally stop scammers in their tracks. So if you want to get your free risk assessment, you can do that today by going to their website, and their website is equityprotect.com. That's equityprotect.com. Tell them that the Radio Realtor sent you. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor, and in the studio with me today is my favorite HVAC service specialist on the planet. His name is Lance Sarnicki. He's with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat. Lance, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to get you here. I mean, you were the guy that came over to diagnose my situation at my house. And it was tragic. I didn't like to hear what you had to say because you told me that, you know, your system is kaput and you need a new system. But tell us kind of the process of how you guys over at Lee's handle that first service call where you come in and just either giving an estimate or kind of just diagnosing the system and what needs to be done.
Well, we don't go in with blinders on. We look at the whole system as a whole. We take a look at your package unit like yours was up on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. We take a look if it's a down drop or if it's got elbows. We look at the inside of that, if they're even any good. Our company likes to remove those, put a brand new curb over the top, okay? And brand new plenums going down through. Okay, and once I addressed your unit, what I found was you had a side-by-side. Fraser Johnson was an original manufacturer that had the supply on the left and the return on the right. So you had crossover tubes going across, and that was just eating up most of your airflow.
So that would probably explain our high costs of HVAC and heating that we had every single year. And it was just a system that probably wasn't good for my home, the original system that we had, plus we needed a new system. And then let's talk about ducting, because I knew my ducting was bad as well. Let's talk about that and that process and what happens if you just put a brand new system on, but you don't do the ducting. And you've got a story about that anyway, right?
Right. The ductings are the lungs of the system. If you don't have good lungs, it's not going to breathe correctly.
Right. Makes sense.
So your supplies and your return, it's very important to have them sized correctly.
So if you pay for a brand new system and it's a good top quality system, but then you don't have the ducting, you're just kind of wasting your time.
Yes, it's what it's going to do. It's going to wear out that product faster than usual.
So when you diagnose the whole thing, so with like my home, we needed the new system and we needed the new ducting. When you talk about that whole process, tell us a little bit more about that and how you guys do that and why it's different than a lot of companies.
Well, we actually go up and assess your ducting. We go up in the attic, we look at it, we see what needs to be done. A lot of people out there in the greater Sacramento area have half metal and half flex duct. And the metal ductwork has already usually lost most of its insulations fallen off of it, be it underneath the house or up in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important that you assess the ductwork, not just the equipment.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, and then as far as things go with maintenance, I mean, you guys don't just do brand new systems like I needed. I mean, I definitely needed a brand new system, but what about maintenance? And I know you have the HVAC maintenance program that's like $24.99 a month and you guys do all this great stuff. But when someone just calls out, like let's say their AC is not blowing, what do you do to diagnose the problems and what are the common problems that people have?
Well, most of the time within the first 30 days of summertime, the capacitors start breaking down. They start popping everywhere. That and the filters are plugged up. Or you'll find an evaporator completely blanketed off with dirt because people have pulled their filters out and didn't put a new one in its place. So you'll find the blower dirty, the evap coil dirty, or the condenser coils on the outside. It'll have cottonwood all around it and dust and debris. That's why it's important to do it twice a year and have us come out and do that maintenance.
Cool deal. Now, you were saying that when we were at break, something about changing your filters and why it was important. And can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, the Louisiana University study states that having a maintenance done twice a year can save you anywhere from $35 to $75 a month.
That's a crazy amount of money. Yeah, when you think about that. So, and that's just by having the filter changed and then having you guys come out and just do a maintenance and make sure everything's running tip top.
Yeah, making sure that the pressures are right, your subcooling, your superheat, those readings, and making sure that the condensers are clean, okay, dust and debris inside the electrical compartments all out of there, because spiders and earwigs can stop your system and deaden its tracks.
No
just
kidding.
One day.
Now, what about like, it seems like right now, especially in Sacramento County, we're seeing like a more resurgence of rats and mice and things like that. Do they do havoc to HVAC systems?
Rats tear up the ductwork, holes everywhere. And ever since the homeless has risen more than 75% in population, the rats have taken off too. They've grown over 50%.
Really?
All the people that, like Clark the pest guy, he's told me the populations of rats have grew 50%.
Yeah, we set some traps in our backyard just recently because we've seen a couple go zipping by when we're out there trying to enjoy a dinner, so, but yeah, that's crazy. So what are some other things that you would like to tell our audience about Lee's and what you guys do and why you're so different? And you were my choice. I interviewed a lot of HVAC companies, and when you came out, you sold me because it was just such a thorough diagnosis of my system, and I felt like it was honest and in-depth, and you guys weren't the least expensive by any means, but I felt like it was the most detailed. And I kind of look at it like if you're going to get open heart surgery done, you don't want to go with a budget heart surgeon. You want to go with, a quality one that has a lot of 5-star reviews and you're thinking, hey, this is going to be the best for me. Well, that's why we chose Lee's and after we met you. So is there anything else that you want to kind of share?
Well, Lee's Air, I love Lee's Air because they're a great group of guys. They all got integrity and it's like a family there. And they all are very concerned about taking care of their customers. So
right.
That's very important to me.
Well, I thought it was funny when you guys were coming out, I got a text that said who was coming, and it was you. And then there was a link on there that I could click on and see where you were. But I thought, that's cool. I see a picture of this guy. And then the day of the install, which it only took one day. You guys came and you got there about 8 in the morning and you left about 6 o'clock at night. And my system was installed in one day. And by that evening, we were enjoying nice, cool HVAC. And it was blowing cold. In fact, it was so cold that my son goes, I got to go put on a hoodie because he was so used to our home being warmer. So, but you guys do a great job. And so I would say if you're out there and think you need maintenance or you just want to get somebody to come out and service your system, because this is the time of year to do it. Because like you say, a lot of things start to go wrong when it starts to get warmer. And we know it's starting to get hot here in the greater Sacramento area. So you can do one of two things. You can call Lee's, and their phone number is 916-623-1552. You can even ask for Lance if you want. You could say, hey, I'd like this Lance Sarnicki guy, and hopefully you get him. He's in high demand, though. But you can call Lee's at 916-623-1552, or you can go to their website and book online there, and that is a real easy website. It's leesair.com. That's leesair.com. Now, we got to go to break, but hey, Lance, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today. We totally appreciate it. Super fun.
Thanks. It's been nice being here.
All right. Well, we'll be back right after this on the Radio Realtors. All right, it's time for the Radio Realtors HVAC Minute with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat. We've got service specialist Lance Sarnicki in the studio with us. Hey, Lance, here's a question. We're headed for the dog days of summer. What are some reasons an AC system isn't blowing cold air?
Well, Rob, nothing will have you reaching for the phone faster than finding out your air conditioner is broken.
What are some of the most common causes?
Well, you have refrigerant leaks. Your air conditioning filter could be dirty, causing the system to shut down. You need to change the thermostat batteries. There's a problem with the evaporator coil. It could be plugged. The blower assembly could be plugged, causing the coil to ice up, or your condenser. It could be plugged up as well. And we understand that dealing with AC issues can be stressful.
And that's why Lee's made scheduling a service appointment with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat as hassle-free as possible. You can schedule your AC service with Lee's by calling 916-623-1552 or do it online at leesair.com.
Lee's AC Plumbing and Heat, yeah. Lee's AC.
Hi, this is Brandon Tatum, host of The Officer Tatum Show. As a former police officer, I know the importance of trusting the people that you work with. And that's why if you're planning on selling your home in Northern California, you want realtors who got your back. Call my friends Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall from the Radio Realtors and eXp Realty. Check this out. Kat and Carl had to sell their home in Roseville and move to Ohio for work. They needed their home sold quickly to buy their next home. And because Rob and Frank spend thousands of dollars on marketing each month, they have a pool of buyers that are ready to buy. Rob and Frank sold Kat and Carl's home in Roseville for $20,000 over list price. Plus, they referred them to an agent in Ohio through their nationwide network of realtors and helped them get a great deal on a home there too. Don't wait. Sell your home today for top dollar. Call Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at radiorealtors.com. DRE number 0140-6275.
Robert Lewis here from the Radio Realtors, and it's often debated, what is the best season to have your carpets professionally cleaned? Some say spring, some say fall, but one of my favorite times of the year to get my carpets zero resified is summer. Summertime is the one time of year you're more likely to have friends and family visit your home. There are also many fun activities both indoors and outdoors, so your home takes a beating from the extra traffic, leaving your rugs and furnishings worse for the wear. So what should you do? Just call my friends at Zero Res. Zero Res Carpet Cleaning provides you with insanely clean carpets for a smarter, longer-lasting clean because their process is free of soaps, harsh chemicals, and even fragrances. Their skilled technicians revive and refresh your carpets quickly, affordably, and simply better than the competition. Right now, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $139. Call Zero Res right now at 916-245-2992 or book online at ZeroResSacramento.com. Spell it forward or backwards, it spells the same, Zero Res. You know, there are some people that believe that all mortgage lenders are the same. But do you believe that diamonds and cubic zirconia are the same? Well, at first glance, they look very similar, but to the trained eye, they are totally different because one's a fake. What's even worse is when you're in the middle of buying a home and you discover that your mortgage lender is a cubic zirconia. This discovery could make you lose your dream home and your hard-earned money. And if you want the real thing and not a fake when it comes to buying your next home, you need the diamond of lenders, Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage. Jeff and his team, they're devoted to helping you get the right loan with the best interest rates and the lowest fees. And Jeff can close fast in many cases in as little as 10 to 21 days. For a quick response, you can call or text Jeff at 916-765-2900. That's 916-765-2900, or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com, and MLS ID number 298997, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second of it.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Equity Protect studios. And like we've been telling you, you need your title, equity, and home protected. And the only way to have true protection is to have Equity Protect, because there are companies out there that are so-called title lock companies, and basically what they do is just monitor your title. But they don't stop title theft or equity fraud from happening to you. Equity Protect is the only company that does that. They have an ID verification program that physically stops it from happening to you. So if you want to avoid it, then you've got to get Equity Protect. And they have a saying there, once you have Equity Protect, you don't need to check. And that's what I love about Equity Protect. So get your free risk assessment at equityprotect.com. That's equityprotect.com. I'm Robert Lewis, your real estate professor. Now, we're coming down the home stretch, and you know that, not a day goes by without a housing market headline breaking down a new set of real estate data. Mortgage rates soar above 7%. Home prices drop. Housing stock hits a 4-year high. Well, home buyers and home sellers might get whiplash trying to figure out what it means for them. However, it's possible to figure out who is in the driver's seat in this market. Sometimes it's a seller, and once in a blue moon, buyers will be in control, or maybe the market is balanced. And believe it or not, every now and then, neither buyers nor sellers are in control. When that happens, it's called a nobody market, a limbo market, or even a purgatory market. However, the current market right now indicates that sellers are still holding the advantage in most areas, although it's by a very slim margin. And the market is still leaning towards that seller's market in many areas, but it has gained a little balance since the red-hot market during the pandemic. So let's talk about what determines the market, buyer versus seller. The data that decides who holds pole position in the market generally hinges on the total supply of homes and the demand for them. And here's the deal. When the MLS offers a lot of well-priced homes for sale, that indicates a buyer's market. However, a housing market with low housing stock means sellers have the leverage. And if there's less than a 5-month supply of homes available, it's a seller's market. A 5 to 7 month supply of homes indicates that maybe it's a balanced market. And anything more than a 7-month supply of homes means it's a buyer's market. And as of April, housing supply data showed that new and existing home sales and overall housing stock levels were at a 4-month mark. And that's the highest they have been since March of 2019. And while that's good news for buyers, the total housing supply was still down nearly a whopping 36% in April compared with what typical levels were from 2017 to 2019. However, new home inventory is benefiting overall home supply, pushing the market toward more balance. But it's important to note this, that only 1 in about every 5 new homes for sale is completed. And this means that though the data suggests considerable new home supply, many of these homes are not move-in ready. So you may be asking this, when was the last home buyer's market, Rob? Because I don't remember it, right? Well, do you remember the year that London last hosted the Olympics? Or when Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe was #1 on the Billboard charts? Or the year, according to many doomsdayers, the world was supposed to end? Well, that was the year buyers last held the advantage. And fortunately, the Mayans and the doomsdayers, they were wrong because we're still here, right? But I'm talking about the year 2012. Yep, that's the last buyer's market. It was in 2012. And because back then, housing stock was a little over a 7-month supply, meaning it's been 12 years since supply outweighed demand. And right now, economists say the market is moving towards balance with more than a 5-month supply of homes. And we haven't had this market since early 2019. So I guess the question is this: why is this market so complicated? Well, it's better to be a seller than a buyer in today's market in most cases. It's also challenging to be a seller as well. Most sellers, they hold a mortgage right now with a lower rate than today's rate. So selling would not only mean potentially purchasing into a higher price market, but also taking on a higher rate mortgage. So though today's market conditions are more favorable for sellers, it's still challenging whether you're on the buying or the selling side. You see, sellers like buyers also face higher listing prices. In April, home prices hit a median price of $430,000. That is the average price home in the United States today. I mean, that is super high for the average. Now in California, that's not even close to the median, because the median is probably about $800,000 in California right now. But in the United States, $430,000 for the median home, that is high. And high home prices and mortgage rates mean sellers have to seriously weigh the pros and cons of selling a home despite being on the more favorable side of the transaction as a seller. And that's why the housing market right now can feel a little bit like purgatory. So here's the wrap up. Here's a question. So why is the housing market so confusing to both sellers and buyers alike right now? Well, there's a tension between the raw data and the way buyers and sellers likely feel about the market. We've got economists that are comparing the economic data versus the recent consumer confidence numbers. And although people are spending and the economy is growing a little bit and unemployment is low, people really don't feel great about the economy. I mean, you go to the store, you go to Bel Air, Rayleigh's or whatever, and everything is more expensive now. And a lot of people are asking, when it comes to buying a house, is now really a good time to buy a house? Well, mortgage rates have backed off from the 8% highs hit in October of last year, but they're still around that 7% mark right now. And home prices are pretty high as well. May data showed the highest median price ever recorded, like I said, reflecting 11 consecutive months of year-over-year increases. Now, together, these factors might discourage you from buying right now. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's understandable. However, no matter which way the real estate market is leaning, buying right now means you can start building equity immediately, which we have talked about. And that was one of the freedoms that we talked about in the beginning of the show. It also means avoiding the potential for additional mortgage rate increases later on. Rising rates can spell serious trouble for your monthly budget, and they also result in paying more in interest over the life of the loan. In addition, rents are up as well. So how long do you want to pay your landlord's mortgage? What I'm saying here is, if you're a buyer and you find a property that you would like to call home, I don't think you should wait, because you can't time the market, and a home should be that long-term investment that we've been talking about. And when mortgage rates drop and more buyers come back into the market, guess what? Home prices are going to go up. And I hate saying this, but remember, you marry the house and you date the rate. Or to put it another way that maybe is a little bit more palatable to you, buy now if you find the right place, and you can always refinance later. And because we are in a housing market purgatory right now, I firmly believe that we are in a market where both buyers and sellers can win in this market. Sellers can still get top dollar for their homes as long as they're real about the true value of their home. And buyers may be able to get some help with seller-paid closing costs. And even though interest rates are still higher, they will go down eventually. So if you're considering buying or selling, why not give the Radio Realtors a call? Let us go over our strategies that we have for you to help you in that real estate journey and help to make it successful. You can call us right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with a member of our team at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. I hope you had a great 4th of July. God bless you. And that's all the time we have for this show. Stay classy, Northern California.
AC, heat, and plumbing, you just call Lee's. It's easy as calling Lee's. Lee's AC, Lee's AC, plumbing and heat, yeah.
Robert Lewis here from the Radio Realtors, and just recently my AC died. And this time there was no fixing it. The good news is I called my friends at Lee's Air Plumbing and Heat, and Lee's went over all the options with our family, and we chose a Bosch 18-SEER system. In just one day, that system was installed, and our house is now cool, comfortable, and ready for summer. And I get it, nobody likes to replace their system, but sometimes you have to. Right now with Lee's, you can qualify for up to $8,500 in rebates, but hurry because these rebates are in limited supply. So if you need a new HVAC system, repairs, or just a tune-up, go to leesair.com. That's leesair.com.
AC, heat, and plumbing, you just call Lee's. It's easy as calling Lee's. Lee's AC, Lee's AC, plumbing and heat, yeah. Lee's AC.
Hi, this is Brandon Tatum, host of The Officer Tatum Show. As a former police officer, I know the importance of trusting the people that you work with. And that's why if you're planning on selling your home in Northern California, you want realtors who got your back. Call my friends Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall from the Radio Realtors and eXp Realty. Check this out. Kat and Carl had to sell their home in Roseville and move to Ohio for work. They needed their home sold quickly to buy their next home. And because Rob and Frank spend thousands of dollars on marketing each month, they have a pool of buyers that are ready to buy. Rob and Frank sold Kat and Carl's home in Roseville for $20,000 over list price. Plus, they referred them to an agent in Ohio through their nationwide network of realtors and helped them get a great deal on a home there too. Don't wait. Sell your home today for top dollar. Call Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at radiorealtors.com. DRE number 0140-6275.
You know, some things are worth the wait, but in today's real estate market, you don't have time to wait for an inexperienced lender to take 30 days or longer to close your loan. That's why we recommend Jeff Compton. Jeff can close your purchase or refinance loan in 14 to 21 days in most cases. If you want great interest rates, low fees, and a quick close, you want Jeff Compton and Guild Mortgage. 916-765-2900 or online at jeffcompton.com and MLS ID number 298997, equal housing lender. If you've been thinking about buying a home, you know it's a tough housing market right now, but I've got wonderful news. There's a new home community that's a reasonable drive from Lincoln, Roseville, North Natomas, and downtown Sacramento, offering brand new 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom homes with solar in the low $400,000 range. And they even have 5-bedroom homes in the low $500,000 range. These homes are beautiful with granite countertops, LVP flooring, spacious floor plans, and great amenities nearby. Find out more. Call the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Schedule a private tour today, and if you decide to buy with us, we will save you thousands of dollars with special incentives. All buyers are welcome, FHA, VA, first-time buyers, and investors too, and you can reserve your home with just a small deposit. Call us now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. DRE number 0140-6275. Rob here reminding you that you can hear all of our shows on the Radio Realtors podcast through Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, and more. Please give the Radio Realtors podcast a 5-star review and share the link with your friends. Access it now at radiorealtors.com.